hate and white supremacy. Say their names Alabama members demonstrating in Albertville, fighting for the removal and relocation of the Confederate flag and monument at Marshall County courthouses.
The rebel flag does not represent all Americans, so it should not be at a place where all Americans in the county come, which is the courthouse. So it is out of place, and it has been out of place since they placed it here in 2005.
Unique Dunstan's organization wants the statues to be relocated to either the Albertville Museum or a nearby cemetery where other Confederate veterans have been laid to rest.
As ugly and hateful the Confederacy was, it is our history. So I think it is a compromise that we're willing to make to relocate it to somewhere that doesn't stand for justice as our courthouses do.
But Say Their Names Alabama has some opposition from about 24 members and supporters of the Sons of Confederate Veterans.
Regardless how the next person feel, I'm not gonna take my flag down. If I got anything to do with it, ain't no monument gonna come down.
Daniel Sims says he was adopted as a child.
My whole family's white. Went to all white school. Grew up in an all white neighborhood. My grandfather was white, and he was the main one that fought in this war here. And he's taught me everything I know.
Sir, listen, I'm gonna make this clear. I'm in no way, shape, or form involved in anti-negerdom.
No.
He explains how he'd feel if the statues and flag were relocated.
It may make my blood boil if they just come up here and feel like they can just tear it down. I don't see me still living if they do that right there. That monument ain't hurting nobody. That monument ain't killing a soul. It ain't talking bad to nobody. It ain't even racist.
But Dunstan says she's confident her group will be successful in getting the flag and monuments removed.
Hello, this is Kev, and this is BlkM being brutally honest, and I'm asking you to please subscribe if you haven't. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell. Oh boy, my home state again. See, this is the kind of thing that kind of gets under me a little bit because, you know, we're often stereotyped, and this would be the perfect caricature to stereotype us Alabamians off of. Now, just want to clear a couple things up about, you know, Mr. Daniel Sims. He doesn't represent us in Alabama. We don't like this. You know, I would probably say 98% of black people in Alabama aren't like this and don't like people like this. So don't think you're gonna just walk up on somebody like this when you visit the state of Alabama that's black. You know. Okay, another point I like to make is if you want to call this a defeated black man, yeah, I mean, he's wearing a banner of a defeated army, and wants to hold on to the heritage, not hate tradition. So, yeah, so I'm like, yeah, screw this guy, for real. He's lost. He's one of those that I feel like aren't worth saving because his indoctrination is too deep. I mean, the comparison to Clayton Bigsby, yeah, maybe in a couple of ways, but, you know, I don't think that the comparison is all the way fair. Like, first off, Clayton Bigsby doesn't know he's black, and he's a blatant white supremacist. This guy, Daniel Sims, he knows he's black, but he's in denial about everything. You know, he's Mr. All Lives Matter. I love the police. And he's okay in that circle because he has completely submitted. Not saying that he, you know, bales cotton on the weekends or something like that. Not saying that. But he has completely co-signed to that way of life. It's like this. If I were to go into, you know, that town where he is in Albertville, and, you know, I'm from Montgomery, I'm from the capital city, and, you know, we have a deep civil rights history. That's why I don't like guys like this. I can go to Albertville, go to Daniel Sims and feel welcome. It wouldn't work, you know, in his circle, you know, because they would probably get uncomfortable because they couldn't let out their occasional N-word. And yeah, another thing is like, how can you hold on to a history that you wouldn't have wanted for yourself if you were on the other side? In fact, Daniel Sims was on the other side. Who's he blood related to? He said his father, well, his grandfather fought in the Civil War, and he was saying that he had an all-white family, which is, yeah, that's one of the comparisons, like, to Clayton Bigsby. Clayton Bigsby grew around all white people, but he was blind and they didn't tell him he was black. I hate to burst this guy's bubble, but you are on that side of history because of who you're tied to blood-wise. This guy doesn't see it, and it's really sad for him, and it must be a torturous existence when he goes outside of Albertville, because he can't possibly go around other black people like that. Like he said, he all white everything. you know what I'm saying? But the one thing that got under me, he said, it's not even racist. Like, I even forgot the name of the Confederate Army officer that something Rayburn, Captain something. It's not even important. Who is that guy? Why does he have a monument? Why is it important? He lost. You're erecting a monument for a guy that lost. Yeah, let's talk about this report for a second. And the protesters, they just wanted it moved. They said move it to a location like a cemetery or a museum or something. They don't care if you have it. And then here comes this guy. And then another thing. Here's where the mind fuck is. There were only 2 black people out there. The black woman was on the right side. The black man was on the wrong side. And here we go again. If like, I'm just gonna call it out before someone else does, and I do have that feeling. It's done. Now, I'm from the state of Alabama. We're on her side. We're not on his side, so there's no need to say, black men, they just fall to white supremacy. That's what black men do. Black women are the champions of black people. The black woman is God. Like, all that, the gender thing can come up in this situation. I mean, is this an L for black men? No, it's not an L I'm willing to take. It's just an L for Alabama. Whoever tries to hand us that L, you can take that L, turn that sumbitch sideways, and stick it straight up you know what. So, anyway, I didn't want to take too long with this. I just wanted y'all to be amazed at the sight of this. No doubt, he's probably a fan of the University of Alabama Crimson Tide. He doesn't look like an Auburn fan, so okay, all right, I've said enough. What do y'all think about this? Let me know in the comments. This right here is crazy. Like, I don't care. Like, it's 2020 right now, which means that we're getting more and more distance in between that time period. But no, I feel like everybody, I mean, like, I'm not even saying it's ignorance. Ignorance is the fact that you don't know. These people do know. And he's proud of that. A lost cause. And it's real sad for me to look at a black man being that way. Seriously, after everything. In the state of Alabama, where a lot of that stuff went down. I'm talking about slavery, lynchings, kids being murdered, women being beaten, raped, murdered, black men ripped from their families and lynched, all of that stuff. And this guy, he's complete. This is why it sucks that people like Kanye West says that slavery is a choice. Because imagine being raised from birth all the way to your death on a lie. That's Daniel Sims right there. Like I said in the beginning, screw him. I don't care. He doesn't represent anybody from Alabama that I know, that I grew up with. But it's a shame that people like this are actually out there. But one day, and I'm telling you, this is the kind of person that is going to have an extreme rude awakening, and I hope it doesn't cost him his life. All right, yeah, he's setting social media on fire though. They comparing him to Clayton Bigsby, and yes, it is safe to say that Daniel Sims is a white supremacist. He definitely is a white supremacist. I mean, he made it about race. I went to white schools, all white everything. He brought up race and then tried to say that monument wasn't racist. So not only is he a white supremacist, he's stupid, which fits the moniker of a white supremacist anyway. I'm disappointed, but at the same time, I'm not that disappointed because, he's not one of us. He's not this guy. Don't put that on black men. Put that on his surroundings, a modern day slave. Yeah, but we don't want to be like him. We don't want to hate the man. Somebody gonna have to reach out to him one day, because one day it's going to swallow him. But what do I know? I could be wrong. He could live a peaceful existence among racists, and in order to do that, he has to be that way. Trust me, if he ever stepped outside of that, it's over with. All right, I'm done. Like, share, subscribe, and Kev We Trust. Long live the habitual line steppers. Goodbye.